Welcome to easyayurveda.com. Today we are preparing an herbal ghee preparation called as Ashwagandha Ghrata. For that we are taking 10 grams of coarse powder of Ashwagandha. This is just to show you how Ashwagandha looks, and it's actually the coarse powder that you will be taking. And we will be taking 100 grams of ghee or clarified butter. It has become solid because of the weather here. It's built cold here. So 10 grams of ashwagandha powder, 100 grams of ghee or clarified butter, and 800 ml of milk. We have kept the clarified butter on the mild fire, and we are letting it melt down. By the time we are adding 2 to 3 spoons of water into the ashwagandha coarse powder so that we can make a paste out of it. Now we are transferring the ashwagandha paste into the ghee. And now we are adding 800 ml of milk. So we have kept it for boiling. So while making any Ayurvedic ghrutams, please remember the rules. It should always be done on an open, wide-mouthed vessel. Constant stirring throughout the procedure is required. Only mild fire should be used for the preparation. Usually all the herbs are used in coarse powder form. Even if we are getting fine powder, that is also not an issue. We can see that milk the combination of this has started boiling. The milk, while boiling, it tends to come up and tends to spill out. So to avoid spillage, we have to take a wide mouthed big vessel only. So to those who know Sanskrit, I am just chanting out the original verse, Sanskrit verse, which explains this ghee and its benefit. It says that Ghritam Deyam Sukumaranam Pushtikrit Balavardhanam. Ghritam Deyam means this ashwagandha ghee should be given. Deyam means should be given. Sukumaranam to children. Pushtikrit improves oral nourishment of the body, and Balavardhanam improves strength and stamina and immunity of the body. If your Ayurvedic doctor has suggested your kid to take Ashwagandha Ghritam, I would suggest to make the Ashwagandha Ghritam at home only rather than taking a market sample. We do not know about the preservative, what the preservative they add, or how they do in a commercial way. If it is done in a large scale, it will be good or it will be bad, etc. But if you know the quality of the ghee that you will be taking, and ashwagandha, the pure one you will be taking, and milk you will be adding, and by your own if you are doing, while making it for the first time or second time, you may fail to do it perfectly, but I am sure that if you repeat for say 2 to 3 times, at the end you'll start doing it perfectly. In case of this Ghritam preparation, the end stage is really important to know whether the perfectly Ghritam is done properly done or not. Whether it contains any moisture, or have you overburnt it so that the Ghritam is totally spoiled. That particular point when we reach absolutely no moisture and Ghritam is perfectly prepared is very important. And there are some signs to observe. When we reach the stage, we will know all the details. One thing to note about here is, when you take milk for this preparation, that milk should be boiled previously. So we have made around 20 plus videos. If you liked this video, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel, that is Hebbar JV. It's HEBBARJV YouTube channel. And if you subscribe to easyayurveda.com to regularly get updated regarding the latest information regarding Ayurveda, home remedies, lifestyle, etc., then you will get a free ebook which I have written, Blueprint for a Healthy Lifestyle. Speaking about contraindication of this Ashwagandha Ghratam, or in whom we cannot give this Ashwagandha Ghratam, people with high cholesterol problem may best avoid it to be on the safer side. And people and children, if they are having indigestion, during their indigestion period, during when they have this diarrhea problem or loose motion problem, and during when they are having cough and cold or fever, and during such times it is better to avoid this ghee ghrutam, because ghee as such is contraindicated in all these conditions. So to be on the safer side, it is better to avoid in all these conditions. When they are in normal phase and they are perfectly hale and healthy, to improve immunity, and when the infection etc. is completely gone, then it can be again continued. I think we have come near to the end of this procedure. Let's watch for completion sign of this ghee. One of the ways to test is the presence of aroma of odor coming out of this ghee. There will be a pleasant odor, and we have to take a little ashwagandha powder from the ghee which we have put, and we have to test it in fire. If it makes sound, then there is little water still left. If it doesn't, then there is no water. As you can see, it is still making some sound, so there is still some water, so we have got time. When it is perfectly done, it will not make any sound when this is put into fire. We have come to the end of this procedure. We can see that ghee is completely getting separated. There is no water content in the vessel, and we have also taken out a little of this ashwagandha, and we are testing it. We can see that there is no significant sound coming out of it. There is also another test called as wick test, that we have taken the ashwagandha bolus from inside, and we are trying to roll it into wick into the form of wick. We can see that it is getting perfectly formed. When the ashwagandha bolus can be perfectly formed into the form of a wick, it is time to stop the heating of ghee, and ghee is done. We can see that ghee is entirely getting separated from the ashwagandha herb, and there is perfect odor coming out. So we will stop this here. So now we are going to filter it. We need to filter it when it is hot. If we allow it to cool down, then again the ashwagandha herb will suck in all the ghee, and there will be a huge loss in the final amount. So we have to filter it when it is hot only. We are filtering it. So we have got around 70 ml of ashwagandha ghee. So it looks like this. So Ayurvedic ashwagandha ghratam, Ayurvedic home remedy for improving immunity and strength in children.